second video in the series that has to do with passion and purpose. In this part of the video, I want to focus on how to know what your passion and purpose are, or things in your life that you can do, or notions, ideas, and concepts that you can entertain that will bring you closer to what makes your heart joyous. Okay, you're with Tunisia Ali, Butterfly Transformations, moving you out of your cocoon and into your wings, and we're talking about passion and purpose. The heart was never made to be put in a box, to be limited, to be tamed, or to be harnessed in any way. Okay, so whenever you try to harness your heart energy, or you try to restrict your soul's evolution, and you try to suppress your spirit, it will lead to physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual malaise. So in terms of examining your passion and purpose, if you're watching this video, it's because either you have identified what it is and you're looking for further direction, or you're itchy and you're not feeling satisfied with life, and you don't feel that you're in your purpose, and maybe you don't quite know what it is, which means this video is for you as well. As we dig in, I want to read an inspirational card from my True Love Reading Cards book. If you've heard me talk about Oracle and Tarot cards on this channel a few times, and that they're spooky or that they're evil is such an archaic point of view. I read them for inspiration, and I read them for emotional honesty, self-reflection, inner growth, and so many other reasons. But this is one that is about life purpose. And before I dig in, I want to read this to you. At the deepest level of our existence, loving and being loved is a major part of our life purpose. We feel it within us all the time as our souls call for deeper connection and meaningful experience of the most powerful force in the universe, love. During these times in your life when you're not in a relationship or experiencing relationship problems, it can be empowering to remember your greater life purpose as a being of love. Giving and receiving love is not an act confined to intimate relationships or family. You can enjoy this beautiful energy anywhere you are by choice. We're talking about conscious choice making here. Remember that you're part of a huge family here on earth, connected to every living thing, including plants and animals. In order to attract the kind of love you want or rekindle love in your current relationship, it is necessary to love wherever you can. And I'm going to say wherever you are and in the environment in which you find yourself. This is the higher life purpose for us all. How is it possible to be loved? Well, firstly, it's important to realize that it's not about being perfect or saintly. Being loved actually comes naturally when you take a step back from your routines and attitudes and tune into who you really are. Your own natural intuition and the genuine wisdom of your heart will guide you. You've drawn this card today. I've pulled this card today for you because the universe would like you to experience yourself as love so that you can feel your higher purpose firsthand. On that note, what I want to say to you is that the greater your sense of inner peace and tranquility and emotional equanimity, the greater ease you will be able to identify your life purpose. Why? Because you came here to express that. And the only time you will not know what it is when you're out of alignment with your true self, which means that you're out of alignment with the harmony or the resonance of the love energy. In order to be in resonance with that, you have to have joy, you have to have bliss, you have to have inner calm, you have to have your chakras cleared. That sacral chakra needs to be unblocked. You need to be experiencing harmony and flow in your life. So that is the first thing that I'm going to call you to do if you're searching for your life purpose, is to begin to get into a space of quiet and inner freedom where you can listen to the urgings and the mutterings and the quiet knowings of your heart and your soul, where you can hear them speak to you. That may mean taking a walk on a beautiful fall day. It may mean putting a blanket in the back of your car, and when you feel inspired to pull over and sit somewhere in the middle of nowhere or in the middle of everywhere, that you do that. It may mean that you sip on a cup of tea while having a spiritual bath in the evening, and you just reflect on all the wonderful things about your life. Don't feel like you have to drive after your passion and your purpose, because it's already within you. You simply need to allow it the freedom and the space to express itself, and you simply need to be open to its expression and be willing to receive and hear it. So that's the first thing. Get right within, or begin to get right within, setting your intention to discover your life purpose. The other thing, number 2, is I want you to begin to reflect on what those things are that you do with such ease. All right, that time passes, you lose track of time, you become unaware of all of the other more mundane things that you have to do. When you happen to be in the space of doing this thing, everything happens effortlessly. It takes nothing from you, yet it fills you up. For me, it's education. When I opened my own school, I was a teacher transitioning from public school. That had run its course. I made my mission statement, or my vision statement, enlightening minds in the pursuit of intellectual curiosity and spiritual wellness. And when I look at what I'm doing today, I'm doing the same thing. So that enlightening minds in the pursuit of something, spiritual wellness, was something that was a part of who I was at the very core before I could even put that into words. So coming to terms with that and looking at what it is you already do that you do with ease, that you don't have to think about. Maybe it's fixing cars. Maybe it's fixing people. Maybe people are always coming to you for advice, and you give them advice that has a profound effect on their life. Maybe you love working with dogs. Maybe you love pets, and pets love you. And maybe what you're supposed to be doing is starting that pet business, mobile pet grooming, or whatever it is. But look at what it is that comes easy for you. Number 3, go back into your habitat, so to speak. Go back into your habits and patterns of the past and look at your life from the time you were a child, and begin to look at and decipher and decode various patterns in your life. What were your characteristics? What were the things you liked to do? What were the things that came easy for you? What were the things that people always complimented you on, and you took those things for granted? Perhaps it was easy for you to always be baking. Maybe it's a baking channel. Maybe it's an online school where you teach people how to bake. Maybe it's opening your own bakery. All right, but discover those aspects of yourself that maybe have been sublimated or suppressed by just the busyness of life, or the drudgery, or the way that in which you've been living, not expressing your passion, okay? That's something else you can do. Number 4 is ask this critical question of yourself. This is a very critical question. Ask yourself, how is someone else's life made better, or how is someone else's life enriched when you come into contact with them and you have left? Ask yourself that question. What is it that you're doing that people give you accolades for, something that maybe you take for granted and don't even think about the power that it has, or the impact that you're having on someone because it's something that is so easy to you? Think about that thing. That thing can point you in the right direction, because your passion, while helping others, is also going to be something that makes you very happy, and it makes you feel complete. It could be raising your children. Okay, it could be doing something that profound and that honorable. Number 5 is what I like to suggest when people are having a lot of trouble trying to figure out what their purpose is, and they may be in a space of real confusion and inner turmoil. I always say use the process of elimination. Start to look at the things that you know you don't want. I remember when I graduated from Villanova and I was waiting tables. I was going into my second year, and Villanova is not cheap. And my mom called me up one day and she was like, "What are you going to do? All this money's been paid for your education." I said, "Well, Mommy, I'm trying to find myself. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, blah, blah, blah." She said, "Listen, I did not pay all that money for you to go to college, for you to be sitting over there waiting tables at Mix." And at that time, I was pretty content, so to speak. I was not having to be uncomfortable and not having to grow. I was getting complacent for the most part. And I remember saying, "Well, Mommy, I don't really know what I want to do." And I remember when I applied to Villanova, she had me in the College of Education, right? Because she was an educator. She was a principal. And I remember the day one of registration, on the second day I was getting out of that college, I was like, I am not here to do what my parents do for a living. And what am I doing today? I ended up opening up my own school after working in education publicly. I ended up opening my own school, and I'm still educating people today. I have an online school. I have classes at my facility once a month. So I'm still doing that. But the interesting thing is, I remember her giving the command and saying to me, I said, "Mommy, I don't know what I really want to do." And she said, "Well, start with what you don't want to do." And what did I do? I enrolled in Mercer for my master's program. It was a 1.5-year program that was going to give me credit for my undergraduate degree, and that's where I started. And look where that led me. So you'd be surprised how making a list of the things you don't want to do, or shining the light of awareness on the areas of pursuit that you're feeling fairly kind of like you don't want to do, can help bring you to revelation. But also how doing something different that you may not think is what you want to do, just getting out of the current set of circumstances that's making you so miserable and moving into something different, can also shine the light of awareness. Okay? Number 6, pray and ask for guidance and be open to receive that guidance. We pray all the time, but we're not open to receive. God answers all prayers. We've been told that ask and ye shall receive. We have been told in so many different ways through so many faith traditions that there's nothing that we can ask for that we can't have, but that isn't already ours either. So ask, but then be open to receive. When you ask for something, being open to receive means beginning to pay attention to the subtle signs that come into your life that point you in a certain direction. It could be a sign that ushers you to go somewhere that you never would have gone before, and you meet someone who's doing something that you never would have thought about, or you come into contact with a network of people who you never realized you would resonate with, and you get an idea. Whatever it is, follow the call, heed the call. The last, but not the only, because there's an infinite number of ways to find out, but the 7th way I want to speak about has to do with using tarot cards. Tarot cards reveal a lot based on the sincerity with which we come to the tarot cards with, and also are willing to be open to the revelation in the cards, and they tell us a lot about our current energy. The tarot cards can help you see what is standing in the way as a block. And those things that are standing in the way of a block are always standing in the way of our passion and purpose, because you are your passion and you are your purpose. By the same token, you can easily pull do a spread, a life purpose spread, to see where you are right now in your life as it relates to your purpose. How are you fulfilling your purpose as it relates to the personal challenges that you are going through, or what is your life purpose, being the question in the spread? How is that purpose being fulfilled with regard to you and community? How is that purpose being fulfilled, or what does that purpose look like as it relates to the world or global community at large? And what are the obstacles to your purpose? You can set an intention for a spread, and you can pull cards that will lead you on a narrative that will help point you in the direction of what it is you are supposed to be doing. I got to add this last one, and we kind of talked about this in number 1, but the importance of meditating. Set that as a goal for meditation. Whenever you meditate, you should have an intended outcome or an intention for meditation, because what you intend and what you attend to produces a reward, and it expands, right? And then it gives you a way by which to measure. So meditation is also a very key way of going within, being able to hear within the recesses and quietness of your inner landscape and judge what is important to you, what it is the deepest part and the most ancient part of your awareness is trying to say to you. I hope that you benefited from this video today. In the next series, I'm going to be talking about fear and how it's a major block to our passion and purpose. And I will also be doing a video regarding how to transition to your passion and purpose. You're with Tunisia Ali, moving you out of your cocoon and into your wings. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That's the way we do our energy exchange, okay?